So we're going to start by cutting the top part of the carrots. These are organic from Whole Foods, and that is why they come with their leaves attached. You can definitely use regular carrots from the regular store. We're going to take the leaves and dump them into salted water, and we're going to let them sit over there to get rid of all the dirt. We're then going to take our carrots and take them to the sink in order to give them a very good scrub. I'm not peeling them this time. To a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, we're going to dump all the cleaned carrots, and we're going to arrange them in a way that they're not overlapping. So we're just going to make sure that they have room between them in order to soak all the flavors. We're going to take a bowl and we're going to add some extra virgin olive oil, and to that we're going to squeeze some lemon. The lemon is going to give a really nice depth of flavor when it's roasted with the carrots. We're also going to sweeten it up with a little bit of honey or maple syrup, and of course we're going to add a lot of crushed garlic. We're going to season everything to taste with salt and pepper, and I'm also using some dried thyme, which is really delicious with all the flavors, and it also has some amazing health benefits. So definitely I love using it. With the brush that I'm going to brush the carrots, I'm mixing everything very thoroughly, making sure that the honey is well incorporated, and then we're just going to brush these carrots until all the dressing is on top. You can definitely use your hands and mix the carrots together and arrange them again, but I just feel like the brush really does a good job. We're going to stick the pan into the oven on 400 or 375 for about 35 to 40 minutes. We're going to take the leaves that we soaked in the water, we're going to give them a very good wash, and then we're going to chop them. I'm also chopping some fresh dill over here because it goes so well with the flavors. And of course, we're going to add some more garlic. We're basically going to make a gremolata, sort of, but this one is warm and not cold. To a pan, we're going to drizzle some extra virgin olive oil, and we're going to saute the garlic first. We're going to make sure that the garlic really releases all the flavors into the oil, and then we're going to add all our chopped herbs. I'm also adding some zest of lemon, which adds a really good flavor and another dimension of texture to the top, so it's really special. When the zest of the lemon and the garlic are really sizzling, we're going to add our herbs. You can really use whichever herbs you love. If you don't have the herbs that come with a carrot, feel free to use some parsley, some dill, maybe even mint. And then I'm adding some pine nuts as well. The pine nuts are going to be toasted with all the flavors of the oil and the dill and the garlic. The pine nuts are absolutely delicious in this dish. Once the carrots are really roasted and well tender inside, we're going to transfer them to a serving plate. Now we're ready to add all this amazing topping, and I even saved some of it to add to some rice, which I added on the side. So this combination of the herbs and the texture from the pine nuts and the lemon and the garlic and the initial flavor of the roasting part of the carrots is absolutely divine. My little kids could not stop eating these carrots. Besides that, this dish is so stunning and really showstopper. It could be so beautiful for any of your holiday tables or even fancy dinner that you want to serve for a family member or some really special guests. I hope you're going to give it a try.
So in order to make those garlicky beans, we're gonna need a lot of garlic. And I love this very simple and very effective method, which is basically putting the garlic heads in a bowl by cutting the bottom part from them and then pour over some hot boiling water until the garlic is submerged and let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. Then we're going to move on to making our beans. So we're going to boil water and we're going to salt them really, really generously. Once it's bubbly, we're going to transfer our beans, and again we're going to wait for the boiling part, and then we're going to put timer for exactly 2 minutes, not less, not more. 2 minutes exactly in the timer, and then we're ready to transfer them to a colander or to an ice bath water, which is basically water and ice. I find that transferring them to the sink is completely okay as long as we wash them right away with cold running water. It stops the cooking process, and I've been doing it for so many years and it works perfectly. We're going to set them aside and then we're going to move on to peeling our garlic. And you're going to find that peeling the garlic is super easy at this stage. We're gonna slice the garlic into thin slices, and then we're gonna move on and cut our mushrooms. You can use whichever mushrooms you love, but I like to keep them pretty chunky, so I'm cutting them just into quarters. We are going to saute our garlic with some olive oil, and before we add the mushrooms, we're waiting for the garlic to be slightly golden. Only then we're going to transfer our mushrooms, and we're going to add some salt and pepper to taste, and the salt is going to help the mushrooms to release all the moisture. We're going to mix constantly, both not to make the garlic get burned and also to get a really nice color on the mushrooms. We develop a really nice flavor and texture on these meaty and beautiful mushrooms. Then we're going to transfer our beans, and I like to add 2 splashes of water, maybe 1 tablespoon or 2, just to help deglaze the pan from all those brown and delicious bits. And again, we're going to season with salt and pepper to taste. We're going to mix constantly in order to make sure that all the water evaporates. And only then, when the pan is slightly dry, we're ready to serve them. The mushrooms over here add such a beautiful texture. They're super, super meaty and have a really beautiful contrast between the beans and the bite of the mushrooms. They're really addictive. This side dish is really fancy, but also super simple. It takes only a few minutes to prepare. And again, it has to do with the technique. The beans are still crunchy and the mushrooms are chewy and golden, and everything here comes together so beautifully. It is amazing for a side dish for a week meal or even for your fanciest meal that you're gonna have. It could be Thanksgiving, it could be holidays, it could be Shabbat, it could be anything that you would like to serve it with. This side dish would always, always work. I hope you're gonna give it a try.
to show me your version of these potatoes. Tag me on Instagram and on social media because I really want to see your creations. Also, if you're trying to eat more plant-based, more clean eating, and you're struggling with eating vegan food, I would love for you to check out my cookbook, Eggless Possibilities. This cookbook is going to teach you a very special and unique technique which you've not seen anywhere else, how to bind any food you can dream of together in a very, very wholesome, clean, gluten-free, eggless way. So check it out. I'm going to put the description box below for you. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.